If you saw the title, you realize that this one is for the students out there. Actually, it might be for more than the students, but we'll get to that as the episode goes on. So let's talk to the students out there this week on the old Ski Rex Media podcast. How you doing, everybody? Tim from Ski Rex Media once again coming at you on a Wednesday morning. If you're listening to this when it posts, maybe it's Wednesday afternoon, maybe it's Thursday night, maybe it's Saturday midday, maybe it's Sunday at 3 a.m. I don't know. But thank you for checking out the podcast. Thank you for listening, watching if you do both. Thank you for that. Please, if you do enjoy it, and we don't know if you enjoy this episode yet, but if you've enjoyed past ones and haven't subscribed and or followed, depending on where you listen to the audio version or the YouTube channel, please take a moment to do that and then hit the like button on the YouTube channel or anything similar on any one of the many audio version directories, outlets, places where you can find it. You know what I'm saying. I know I usually do that stuff at the end of the episode, but I want to throw it out at the beginning because some people say you should do that at the beginning. Ask for the subscription, remind about the subscription and the like and all that at the beginning. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that works, but let's talk some truth right now. And as I said in the intro, we're talking to the students. Now, what do I mean students? Ski school students? No. Business students who are running the joint? Maybe in a way, but no. This week, I'm talking about students mostly, but this will apply. This applies to anybody who, if you punch a clock, this applies to you too, depending on if you have a set schedule or if you make your own schedule. It doesn't apply to you as much, but if you have a set schedule because you're working for somebody and you have to be on work at Monday through Friday or Wednesday through Sunday or whatever it may be. But mostly, I think this works best talking to the students. In any case, we're going to talk about don't skip out just to go skiing and riding. Tim said that. Why would he say that? Isn't he about snow sports, skiing and snowboarding and doing it and the ski bum life and all that stuff? Here's where it comes from. So, this past weekend, I was visiting with friends. Some of those friends have teenage children. Those teenage children were telling me about what they do or how well they're doing in school currently. And I've talked to this about them through their growing up as well. And I always say to them, got to do well in school. Make sure you're there. Do as well as you can. Do your homework. Do all of that. Now, I'm not just trying to be the good honorary uncle that I am. What I'm trying to do is express this regret, which I also talked to my friends and their parents, actually. I was hanging out with 3 generations of one family this weekend. And I've said to them, not taking my education seriously is one of the big regrets I've had from my youth. Specifically high school, I didn't take it seriously. I was cutting days left and right. And yes, I'm going to have to explain away me being a hypocrite here in a minute, but even I bounced out of school a day or two here and there to go skiing. Couldn't really do it for work because I worked at the mountain. I worked at my local mountain, so I couldn't do that. You can skip work. But like I said, that applies to this too. But as a student in high school, especially my senior year, that's when I had my driver's license. I got my driver's license when I was 17. And, there'd be days where it snowed and and I knew what was going to be happening in class that day. I was like, I have better places to be. Run out, had my pass, ski for a couple hours, who knew, parents may or may not have known, but I had done it. The following year, I had several friends who were a class behind me. I was class of 97. They were class of 98. Every so often, I didn't even have to ask them to do it, dude. Like some of those guys, they knew I was off work anyway, because I was always off Monday and Tuesday. That's what I would do. And oddly, on a Monday, I just saw these guys. Saturday and Sunday, hung out, whatever. Monday morning, that phone rings early. It's like, dude, what do you want? Like, yeah, we're cutting and heading out to the mountain. You want to go? I was like, I'll see you there. Through closed eyes, I'll see you there. Hung up the phone, put on my sneakers, and out the damn door, because my stuff was always in my car back then. God, I always kept all my stuff in my car back then. But yeah, it's fun while you're doing it. Absolutely. Because it's not just getting out on a day. We know that's fun anyway, right? Like, we know that. And again, I think this is funnier if we put it in the context of students, be it high school or college students. But it applies to, regular job folks, people who are out of school and working. You know what I mean. I think it works for everything, but I think it's funnier, or at least it's more entertaining if we talk about the students, because at that time, and this comes back to what we were doing, it was fun. I'm not going to lie, because you do get outside, and we know that's fun anyway, but you also are putting one over, hopefully, so you don't get in too much trouble, on your parents, which you should never do. Don't put one over on your parents. Respect your parents. Do what you're told. Believe me, your childhood will be much easier that way, and you'll learn a lot more. But you're also putting one over on the administrators, because they don't know. They only know what you tell them. Or they know you cut school, you get a couple of detentions. It's a lot of work, number one, if you have parents who aren't going to be like, all right, you did it once, that's fine, I'll let you have it. But if you keep doing it, man, you gotta be telling lies left and right, man. And lying sucks. Don't do that either. Don't lie to take a day. Don't lie to your parents. Don't lie to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your boss. Just don't lie. It's gonna get you in a lot of trouble. Well, I can say lying is a great skill to have, because it can get you out of some trouble. Believe me, it'll get you into even more that you get yourself out of. It's not worth the trade-off. Anyway, you may have got one over on your school, and it's kind of exciting, and it's kind of fun, and it is fun to be sitting on the chair with your friends, BSing back and forth, talking about all of our other sucker friends are right now in science class, or fourth period, or fifth period, or third period, whatever time of day it is, and you're like, haha, suckers! And it's kind of awesome. At the same time, though, and I'm going to tell you this, even though I promote the sports, obviously I promote them, don't cut out to do them. Wait till your day off. Wait till you have a snow day, and if you can get to your mountain safely. Wait till you have a day off from school, a holiday, a Saturday, a Sunday, in-service day, whatever they have nowadays, I don't even know. Wait for that. If you are one of these people who's lucky enough where you've put in the time and you got the credits and you actually graduate the December before the rest of your senior class, ski all the rest of the winter, snowboard all the rest of the winter. You know what I mean? Don't break out and be a bad person. And I don't mean that you are a bad person, like a general bad person. I'm like, don't do something bad, because your education, you need that. Like I said, it's one of my big regrets. Like, I've learned a lot since school. Absolutely. I learned a lot on my own. I did that back in school. Like that's one of the things every kid should know, is how to take what you learn in the classroom and then take it a step further. That way you can get the full story, or more of the story, or a different point of view of the story. It allows you to be able to debate it better. Believe me, I love debate. I'll debate anyone on almost anything, and you might not even know where I really stand, but I can debate both sides, which you could say is kind of a dick thing to do, but that's how you debate well. If you can debate both sides and you can defend your own opinion, the actual thing you believe, a lot better, a lot easier. Plus, I see debate like chess, man, simulated warfare. It's just a good time. In any case, none of that's the point. The point is stay in school. Stay in school and stay in work. But stay in school, because you're going to need your education. Even if you go on to being a ski bum, get your education first, because you may need it. Obviously you need it. Like, that was a stupid thing to say. See, if I would have taken school more seriously, I might not have said something so stupid as what I just said. Ain't that something? No, don't cut class to go skiing. I mean, I'd love to tell you to do it, because like I said, I did it. I used to bop on off to the mountain whenever I wanted. Not whenever. I didn't do it a lot. Like a handful of times, if even that. But, and like I said, my friends did it the following year. But I was out of school and I was working for the mountain, just, working and skiing. So I was going to be up there anyway, but they did it, and it really kicked us in the ass in some ways. Anytime you cut a day, it's a problem. Now, I can say, the arrogant me used to say, I was so good, I didn't have to be in school. I could still pass with high grades, and that there's some truth in that, but it's not right. Don't cut out to go. Go to school, go to work. You'll get your days in on the mountain. And I know that sounds stupid, but it's all part. We should have done this topic back when I was talking at the beginning of the Ski Rex Media podcast season 2, back a couple months ago. I should have been talking about prepping for the season don't cut out of work, don't cut out of school. In fact, that's what I might title this. But don't do it. Don't do it, because I mean, it's so hard because it makes me seem like such a hypocrite because I did do it, number one. But young people, listen to the wisdom of your elders. Listen to Tim. He knows what he's talking about. I won't steer you wrong. I really won't. But it does sound hypocritical, and believe me, I would want to do it still to this day. I make jokes about it all the time. I always say talking in the Twitter group or talking to other people who work at mountains now or work in retail at mountains or in or around mountain towns and whatever. I say, not that I would condone that behavior. Plus, I was a boss. I was in retail management for a while. I mean, we all know this. And I hated when people did frivolous call-outs, but I kind of get it. You know what I mean? And I can't lie. I could say I don't condone that behavior now because I know what it's like for the bosses and obviously for your teachers. But sometimes the draw is just there, man, because you love it. Because you love it and you want to go. So I'm not telling you to do it. If you do it, I want to hear about it. Like, I can't stop you. I can only tell you that you probably shouldn't do it. You should not be cutting school to go there. And that's really what this episode is. It's just a warning. That's why this one's going to be quick. It's going to be quick because I want to put it out there and seem like the good guy that I am. I want to tell you, students, because like I said, I was talking to teenagers and I've told them, don't cut school. Like, I'm sure they're going to do it, but I don't want them to do it because you need your education. And if you want to move up, even if, like, say you work for your local hill, how are you going to move up? You got to learn some things. Not everything needs like a college education. Obviously, some needs a trade education. Some people, you get a trade and a traditional education or an academic education, a trade education, a skill education. You can get all that in the military. Like, pick your road. Like, I would never say anyone has to go to college. I'm saying that if you want to, you probably should. There is, like I said, also the military, also the trade schools and all that stuff. But all those jobs may or may not, depending on how far you go, might need an education in one of those things. Or you may even be learning on the job, which is why you shouldn't cut out of the job. Any culinary expertise or skill that I gained is because I did it on the job. That's part of my time at Mount Snow was. So I was skiing on my days off and then in a kitchen cooking and learning how to do that on my days on, my nights on. Actually, let me tell you something. You know how you can avoid this whole scenario completely once you get out of school? Is do everything in the afternoon. Make sure all your classes are in the afternoons or evenings, or make sure your job is evenings or overnights. Because, man, that last year I worked at Mount Snow, I worked at the Grand Summit Hotel in the kitchen. Yeah, I was learning the culinary trade, absolutely. I started as a dishwasher, ended up as a line cook in the pantry station. Like, nothing fancy. If I would have stayed, I would have learned more. But that was an afternoon job. I didn't have to start, I didn't have to clock in till 2:00 during the season, which means I could ski all morning into the afternoon, clock out, head down, change. We had a locker room. I could change, boom, clock in, 10:00, out of there, sleep by 11. Sometimes when you're a teenager, you don't sleep. But there were days I knew the next day, up with the sun and back at the mountain. I'm just there all day working and playing. That's how you do it. But don't cut school. All right, this one for my student friends, don't cut school. You need that education. You want that education, and take it as far as you want. Like, I'm not telling you, like I said, I'm not saying graduate high school, go to college, then grad school, and then, whatever you can go beyond that. I'm saying stay in school for high school, and then do what you think is right for your next step if you need to. But at least don't cut out of your high school days, especially you elementary kids. I don't know if you elementary kids are cutting out to hit the slopes. And if you are, that's a story I want to hear. 100% don't condone it. Definitely want to hear about it, because how are you doing that? You don't drive. You barely know how to get home by yourself. How are you doing it? So let me know if you're one of those people doing that. If you're a high school student, let me know about that. If you're a college student, believe me, I knew college students who did it too. Let me know. If you're a work cutout person, let me know. Because if you think I'm wrong, let me know that too. I love that. But like I said, this was going to be a quick one. This is a quick one this week because I just wanted to make sure that since school is in session and we're turning that corner where school's been in for a couple months, even COVID school, and the season's starting, places are opening all over the place, all over everybody's country, since who knows what the travel restrictions are now. I don't know. I don't think we can go to Canada still. I have no idea. But stay in school, get that education, don't cut even on a powder day. It's probably not a good thing, but if you do it, I want to hear about it. How's that sound? How's that for mixed messages? Anyway, this was a quick one this week because, like I said, I just wanted to get that out there. And I think we all need to hear it after talking to some teenagers. And I think they'd be willing, at least one of them I know, if I called them up and said, dude, if I come spring you, because he doesn't have a license yet. I say, after your parents go to work and I come spring you, you want to head up to the hill? I'll come spring you from your house, dude. Just don't get on the bus. Or if it's a remote learning day, like set up a fucking cardboard cutout. Like, see, it's such a mixed message episode because I don't want anybody doing this, but I know I could get it done because I have done it. And that's wisdom, when you know you've done something bad and you tell people not to do it, even though you kind of want to see them do it. I don't know. I hope you had fun with this episode, students and adults alike. Again, don't cut out of work either. You're just going to get yourself fired if you get caught. Believe me, I've been in that position where frivolous call-outs have led to me taking people into the office, terming them, sign the paper, get out. And we were overnighters, so I had to do that at like 10 o'clock at night sometimes, and that's kind of bogus. So, don't cut out of work, don't cut out of school, but do enjoy your winter. There'll be plenty of days off, plenty of snow days. I mean, that's actually what also sparked this, was that at Saranac Lake, they had a snow day. They canceled in-class school that had classes in the school, and remote learning classes got canceled too. So they just canceled everything, even though you didn't have to cancel remote learning. But they did it anyway. So, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think that's part of the reason people like the Ski Rex Media podcast, because maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about and it's entertaining. Like I said at the beginning, please subscribe, like, share, follow on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Ski Rex Media, plus the written pieces during the week, which I know have been coming out slow. Let's be honest, my creativity is shot lately, but I'm working on that. See if we can bring it back around. Plus I have some other new ideas. I'm actually really excited for the season to start, because then I can start really pumping stuff out. Written pieces and videos and everything else. I'll be out there doing it. Plus the biography, the ski biography. We'll be doing that later. But anyway, more on that stuff to come. Thank you for listening. This was a quick one. Not my usual half hour. This one's going to be well under 20 minutes, but that's okay. A quick one every once in a while isn't a bad thing. So I will see you out there, and I'll see you during the week. I'll see you on Ski Rex Media and skirexmedia.com. Thank you for listening, watching, and watching. I'll see you later. Take care. Goodbye.